All right, just coming in for a quick pop culture entertainment hot take, talking about the TV show. And this was a show that I didn't think I was going to like as much as I did. It is Peacock Streaming's 5-Star Weekend. Jennifer Garner, Jennifer Garner's been doing these commercials, these credit card commercials, and they look so cheesy. Not that we don't remember her amazing work on Alias, of course, the monologue she did on Love, Simon, but sometimes you forget how good of an actress she is. You really do. And Jennifer Garner in 5-Star Weekend was the perfect, smooth, complex, rich in storytelling. It was like drama, but it wasn't, taking it to an extreme where, someone was an alien or there was some secret issue or whatnot. It was just about relationships in the best possible way, friendships, loss, and kind of regrouping. 5-Star Weekend was actually a novel first and then turned to this wonderful mini-series, I guess, on Peacock Streaming. And I think 5-Star Weekend was so good, so relaxing. I don't want to say that it was unexpectedly good because I'm sure they thought it would be good, but not only is it fantastic to rewatch on Peacock Streaming, the cast is great, but there's also going to be a season 2 of 5-Star Weekend. I actually couldn't get enough of it. All right, so just checking in, randomly Ronnie Jr., radio, TV host, producer, all that stuff, podcast. If you want to support, make sure you go to my Patreon, patreon.com/randomly Ronnie Jr. But right now, let's talk about 5-Star Weekend. I mean, to have a cast, Chloë Sevigny, Regina Hall, you got the gal from Crazy Rich Asians, she's on that one as well. It's just a very big assemblage of wonderful talent, all together. Timothy Olyphant, who sort of plays a little bit of a love interest. Now, that's not where the story starts, and it's not necessarily where the story ends, because as we're hearing, there's going to be a season 2, and not hearing like it's not going to happen, it's actually going to happen. There's going to be a season 2 of 5-Star Weekend. This was an incredible watch, if you ask me. And why I say that too is because everything, as I say, is such a dopamine hit. Like some of the things that you'll hear people say, have you heard this documentary on Netflix? And you're like, oh, okay, is it good? And what's it about? And it'll be good, meaning the dopamine will be, adrenaline, but you hear what the stories are, and they're always so rough and raw and dark and really salacious in a lot of ways. So good lately, when it's becoming streaming over network television or cable television, premium television, this is not a rule, but it seems like everything now is this dopamine adrenaline hit in the way of things being good, where you don't really get a lot of good things anymore, meaning like a dramatic storytelling in the best possible way like this one was. Jennifer Garner, to me, like I've really been sleeping on her because, again, these credit card commercials she does, and I understand like maybe scheduling it was easy to do, but I forget how good of an actress she was. And I really think things that were key here is that there's an ensemble. To have all of these women together at a certain age does not always happen. It's you see shows nowadays, go look on any platform, Apple, Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, it really doesn't matter. Things skew in a certain way that are really usually violent gets greenlit is the term, greenlit. Usually things that are 18 to 35 is a demographic, but after 45, after 50, things aren't really on availability as much. If you think about one of the biggest shows ever made was The Golden Girls, and that was like groundbreaking at the time. So this is not like why I like this particular show, 5-Star Weekend, because it's like groundbreaking. I think it's just good, and I think complex stories that have drama but like overcoming the drama is really good. I think of the shows I used to watch on network TV, Brothers and Sisters, This Is Us, Parenthood, Heroes was a little bit of it all. There was another one, there was a couple of them, 30 something back in the 80s. All of these, I miss this style, and I'm not saying 5-Star Weekend is like that, but it feels like it's something that is so good, but it feels like it could be on NBC at 10 p.m. on a Thursday, 15, 20 years ago. And I sort of missed that programming. And, Peacock Streaming did really well. It was out of the park as far as success. Like, it was like all of a sudden you hear Jennifer Garner, Regina Hall, Chloë Sevigny, this whole cast. They're going to do this new series, but you don't know where it's going to go. With streaming, you never know the success level, and it became very successful, and it's going to be a season 2. My only thing with season 2 is who is going to be be added to season 2. I think there is a laundry list of successful people that can be added to season 2. I think the story could go a little deeper. And the best part of the story, by the way, is the coastal, chill, even good money, long money, Nantucket vibes. And you don't have to be in Nantucket to understand nature and how fresh that is. You know, even right now I'm sitting in nature, I'm letting the sun cascade on me. And I think when you get to have a show, even going back to HBO had Big Little Lies, that was nature in a way, because they were in Monterey, and they, you know, the opening sequence was them, it was the waves crashing along the rocks. Like, all of that peaceful stuff doesn't really get seen a lot. And it's funny because it seemingly seems that because now everything's with streaming and it's faster, quicker, and that's what everyone seems to want. I don't believe that. I believe there's a place for that stuff too, but I think we've got to slow down, mellow out, and 5 Star Weekend was something of that nature, and it did really well. Again, bask in nature. The storyline of 5 Star Weekend was Nantucket to the finest. I've never been there, but I want to go. Like, I want to go so badly. I want to be casted in season 2. Sure, I only work in radio, but I'm sure you could always have like somebody hosting a karaoke contest at a small bar in season 2 of 5 Star Weekend, or I could be I don't know, working at an Airbnb or a bread and bed and breakfast or something like that. I could be doing transportation or something like that, like driving the automobile on the tuck, you know, is the term that they use. I don't know that people say on the tuck really, but anyways, Nantucket, 5 Star Weekend, great group of actresses. Season 2, what other storylines would you want to see? This one got really interesting because season 1, it was like the lead character, Hollis, played by Jennifer Garner, Holly, she brought in everybody, all different walks of life which were within her life, but they didn't all necessarily get along, and you see the ups and downs of that. I mean, that is a very real thing. You have people that you were best friends with in your 20s that have stayed with you till your 40s. I'm in my 40s. And then you have people who, you know, didn't really get involved in being like a best friend or a really great confidant of yours until later, and they feel like they've been with you since you were in your teens. Like, it's just one of these things that friendships are easy to grow, but they're also easy to go. And I think that this show, Hollis and the rest of the characters, they push themselves. You know, one thing that a lot of people do when they're trying to overcome a loss or get through a thing is to go faster and faster and faster. And sometimes that's not the way to win. Sometimes the way to win is to take a beat, slow down, and really get through the stuff, because if you don't get through the stuff, it comes back later on. But I thought the show was cute. I thought the show had warmth. I thought the show had romance. You know, Timothy Olyphant is in it. You know, he's worked with Jennifer Garner before. But yeah, 5-star ratings, in my opinion. 5 Star Weekend. How do I end up on season 2? I'm not really an actor, more of a radio guy, but at the same time, I would like to do a role, manifesting that. And yeah, here's the questions. Did you like season 1? Are you excited about season 2? And what would you like to see in season 2? And what actors and actresses would you like to see? Because there's a lot of people of a certain age that would be perfect for this. Anyway, those are just my opinions.